Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Music Den. I am your host Armando Venditti for the channel and for these episodes, and I'm glad you could join me today. What I'm going to attempt to do today is to film a bunch of videos, and they will be posted pretty quickly after I put them together. What I'm going to do today is do a bunch of music reviews and one that's pretty much a little bit off the beaten path for the name of the channel. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good. For this first episode, sorry, I'm going to talk about a box set that came out 2023. It was announced in January of 2023. It came out March 3rd of this year. And it is from the band Genesis. I'm going to try and hold this up as best I can. This is the BBC Sessions. Again, this was announced January of this year, and it was released March 3rd. I got my copy March 8th. This is available on Amazon, also Discogs at this point. What this is, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to just put this here so I can read it to you. I guess I'm old. I need to look at stuff to read it. I can't memorize stuff. What this is a collection of 5 CDs of BBC broadcasts of Genesis spanning from 1970 to 1998. And it was put together, by Genesis and Nick Davis, the producer, who worked with them on We Can't Dance, etc., and who has worked with Tony Banks on and again, Mike Rutherford, I guess, also to put together the Genesis reissues, double disc reissues that had come out. Okay, now in this set you have 5 discs, 5 CDs, and it starts with various selections from various BBC programs. Starting from 1970, Night Ride. There was 3 songs from that show. A couple of songs from Paris, 1972. You have Sounds of the 70s series that they did, starting from 1971, 72, and it goes up to the first disc ends with Wembley, 1975, one track, Watcher of the Skies from 75, which is interesting, only one track. CD2 starts with Knebworth Show, 1978. It starts with 5 tracks from the Knebworth Show. It goes into track 6, goes into the Lyceum concert that was at the Lyceum Theater that was recorded May 6th and 7th on the Duke Tour. Track 6 to 15 cover the Lyceum Theater. The Lyceum Theater performance is also continued on CD3. And it ends, how many songs are on this? 1, 2, 3, 9 additional tracks on CD3 from the Lyceum Theater performance. And it ends with The Knife, from Trespass, which is my favorite song from the Trespass period. It's got to be said. I'm sorry. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. And then tracks 10 and 11, they jump all the way to 1987 to the Wembley show. And the last 2 tracks on CD3 are Mama and Domino. Over to CD4, you have the Wembley concert continue from 87. You have an additional 8 tracks from the Wembley 87 show. Then it goes to tracks 9 and 10 from the NEC 1998 show concert with Ray Wilson. Those 2 tracks are Not About Us and The Dividing Line. And CD5, which a lot of people have balked about, which I can understand, because it does break up the continuity of from 70 to going from 1970 to going to 1987. It does break up the continuity on this. The it's the Knebworth Show 1992, and it on CD5, and it starts with No Son of Mine and it ends with I Can't Dance, 6 songs on that CD. I gotta say, I did see Genesis on the dance tour June 6th at the Sky Dome, 1992, when I lived in Toronto. And it was a good show. I mean, people bitch about the fact that, We Can't Dance is not a good Genesis album. It isn't what, people were used to or what they expected. But you know what? For me, it was a good show. And whether the album stands the test of time, that's up to everyone's interpretation. Again, this is the 5 CD version. You can, I don't know if I mentioned this, but you can also get a 3 vinyl LP highlight version of the show, of the performances. Sorry, only 2 copies, and I'm screwed up today. But if you are a Genesis fan and you do like their performances, and you want to, if you're a collector and you have to have this, and it's a must for you to have, I would say go for it, especially if you want to have the Lyceum show. Now, there's been some debate about the Lyceum show not having, I think there are about 5 tracks that were omitted from the Lyceum show, but they are included here from 1978 from the previous show at Knebworth. So you basically have the entire Lyceum collection here. It's just 5 of the songs are from another show. We can debate that if you want, but anyways, this is released through the BBC along with Atlantic / Rhino Music in North America, and I believe through BBC and Virgin Music in the UK and in Europe. It's for me, this is a great collection. This has been touted. It's been touted that this is the first Genesis collection that has been released in quite some time, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any other new material coming from Genesis at all. I do believe I was watching a documentary a few years ago when Tony Banks said, after what was considered the failure of Calling All Stations with Ray Wilson, that Genesis was basically done, that he thought it was best to put it to bed. And he quoted the track Duchess from Duke and what that song was about a singer who basically reached their peak and really didn't know when it was time to leave the stage, and we can go into another discussion about that at another time. But again, if you want this, either the 5-disc version, I will attempt to hold it up again for you, either the 5-disc version, which is here, forgive my hands, or the 3 vinyl highlight version of the performances. It's up to you. I paid something like $73 for this. You can get this again on Amazon or Discogs. So it's up to you, whatever version you like. Personally, I prefer the whole enchilada myself, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, that brings me to the end of this first video. Again, if you like what you see, if you like the content that I'm providing, again, I'm still a babe in the woods, sorry. I'm still learning as I'm doing this on my own. If you do like what I provide, please let me know and hit like and subscribe. And hopefully I can continue to bring you great informative episodes or segments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, That's it for now. You guys have a great day.